Well, greetings, class. We're here to talk about what a e-flyer is. Some people call it an informal, or informational flyer. But we've changed it to e-flyer because the multi-purpose of the ability to transmit information in various ways, and that's why it's called an e-flyer. If you look in eflyer, you're taking a lot of information, a large amount of information, and place it into a smaller type of avenue. And you want to try to make it so that it's eye appealing, it's very visual, and the content is based on media. That if you look and understand that what you're trying to do is you're trying to be able to transmit the different types of forms through different types of form of communication that you may have with an e-flyer. And so you can do things like you can submit them as posters, either electronic posters, or you can make hard posters, blow them up larger, make flyers, make them as a PDF or other electronic documents so that you can use them in various media avenues. So you take a look here. This would be one thing you would look at for an example, a basic example of an informational flyer or e-flyer. And basically it shows a headline, just shows and has some eye appeal there. Shows a balance, keeping the text, the boxes, pictures there as keeping it somewhat eye appealing, and shows balance in what's being presented there. It has color to it. It has some pictures there, it has clip art there, you see clip art that's there. It shows the information that it's asking for, what is agriculture, and it goes on to tell you about the industry of agriculture. And you look at, it shows content, and content is the information, which this particular information was taken from a report about 12 pages, I believe, and is down to 1. So you can see the importance of an e-flyer information, of shrinking it down. Instead of writing a research paper, you do an e-flyer instead. It shows contact information there, who to contact. It shows other resources that may be available to you, and so it gives everything there that you really need. It provides like a snapshot of information. And so those people who just want some basic stuff, they say, oh yeah, and those people who want more, there's a way to be able to go and find out more about this particular subject. And so it can be used as an informational or an advertisement, or both, in dealing with marketing and the business world that we live in, and providing information and advertisement as well. So basically there's two types of e-flyers. The A type is basically what they have, and when we're talking e-flyers, usually we try to keep them to 2 pages, 2 slides, basically what they call them. And the first page you have a flash, they call flash, which is eye-catching, eye-appealing, attention getter, a visual appeal, something of that nature that grabs someone's attention. And you see that around you, and we'll show you some examples here in a minute. Here's an example of a flash. This is at the Washington D.C. airport, where they are pushing this particular flash there about agriculture. When the going gets tough, the tough starts giving. And that particular project there. You look at another flash where again you see a picture provides limited number of words, but it makes a point to you that grabs your attention as you walk through those hallways at the airport. Another one, improving agriculture, improving lives. It goes on and talks about that. You know, is the flash with the picture and a few words again. Put up there the T-shirt. T-shirt's a good example here, and I put that up there because my sister is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. That's why I put that up there. But that's another example of a flash. It grabs people's attention. T-shirts are one of the original known flashes that people grab their attention really quickly. The barn signs, which this one particular one, I found this one in Pennsylvania, long-term life insurance. It was pretty cute. But again, it's a flash because people driving by don't have a lot of time to read it, but it's a flash. It catches their attention, and they say, oh, and they grab their attention. That's what a flash is. It grabs person's attention with very few amount of words. Something that grabs, and either it could be a quote, a question, a phrase. Most times in today's world, it's a picture that grabs people's attention first of all. So, like we said, a few words, quotes, facts helps to convey a message. And there's an old Chinese proverb that said, "Hearing 100 times is not as good as seeing once." Well, that's what behind the flyer. It's the visual effect. Okay, it's be able to see very quickly. Here's an example of a flash, first page of a flash, and again, it shows a really good picture with a saying, say good words about others. You do not know when it will come back to you. This is just a real quick flash example of a flash. Probably the beginning of flashes were back in the days when they start putting messages on barns, when people would ride their horses or walk by barns and see these advertisements. And later on, automobiles and even planes at low altitude, you can see these. And so that was really the beginning of what is known as flash, where something that comes up flash, you're going by it, you only have a short period of time, but it grabs your attention and makes you want to say, hey, I want to know more about this. Or if you're driving along the street, you find out that you want to stop there later on. Other ideas has come up. You see somewhat of advertisement of flashes on this particular one with bicycles was a good one. Most of us know them as billboards, and billboards really original now has gone from barns to billboards, where that's known as a flash. They grab your attention, driving by, and you grab that information. More creative styles now, you see moving billboards, you might call them, that they use. And then of course now they've gone to individual vehicles now with the technology of using screen prints that they put on a screen instead of have to paint this car. They just put on the different prints, and they can always pull it off at a later date when they sell the vehicle. That's an example of a flash. So basically, a flash can link other products, can link flyers, advertisements, T-shirts, you name it. That it grabs your attention, that shows you that something that you want to grab, that you may be interested in. It gives you something that if you're, for example, a golfer and a horseman, that you may grab something that's an idea what a flash is in the beginning there. It gets your attention about a product, okay, or something that you're trying to get across. You can be used as invitations, open house announcements too as well, and this would be an example of an invite to a campus farm master plan rollout that people will come to at the University of Maryland. And so that gives you an idea about what flashes are up to. Now, basically, when we said there's two types of flyers, the first type is called page one, is a flash, eye-catching and all that. Okay. The second page is the informational page, which is eye-appealing, colorful, visual appealing, but it has more information in it, more text, the one that we'll see here. And then the type B is both pages are informational page. They don't have really a flash page, they just have information on both sides of it. And so those are two types that you'll have a choice of working one or the other. But here's an example of your information page. Then I gave you ideas of flashes. This would be the second page, or if you're using a type B1, that'd be an example of page 1 and then page 2 as well. And so again, it's showing these things that we talked about that we want you to understand, that have color and pictures, information, content. Okay, it provides that snapshot that we showed you before. Okay, and that's the difference between the flash page and the information page. Okay. So that's the two difference, okay? And then option A and option B, depending on option A would be the flash with the second information page, but option B would be both pages would be informational. That's when you have quite a bit of information you want to get across. Understand too that when you're creating an e-flyer, you want to use a PowerPoint software, which is the most effective. And the reason why that is because you can move size, pictures around, clip art, bring them in. You can change your text. It's like finger painting on a canvas. You can just keep moving it around till you find something that you like. And that's the idea behind it, is that you can move things around when you don't like something, and so that you say, oh, this is much better, I like it like this. And then this is your creativity, this is your flash, so that you have that opportunity. And that's why we want you to use PowerPoint, so you can be creative and put together things. The great thing about is when you search for pictures, we don't really want you to go out and take pictures, but the best thing is that when you look for pictures, Google search is really good. Just make sure you use pictures that doesn't have copyright on them. Okay, you look for images or quotes or facts through the internet that whatever you put together that will help to bring your flash, bring your e-flyer to be an eye-appealing type of product. Brainstorming, real quickly about brainstorming, you bring these ideas in, and the one thing good about using PowerPoint, again, you can just drop these things in on your page or canvas, and you can move them around until you kind of iron them out to what you want to do. And this is the more of the formal way of looking at how projects are done, and if you go into your workplace, this would be a more formal way of putting together your e-flyer. I just want to touch on this a little bit because really we gave you a topic, and we gave you the research, so you don't have to do research on it, but you're going to have to find pictures more or less. And if you want to add any kind of facts or information to it, you can, and you may have to change some stuff that we give you. So you're going to collect and organize everything, and then you'll design, and that's the point we want to get to, that you'll design and then you'll submit that in there. Submit that to it. But in a business world, you would have a beta, what they call beta display, which basically you would use focus groups and you evaluate it, make recommendations, and you change it by using other people's look and see what they would like to see and all that. Then you make a final copy, which then you would submit it, then get authorization, okay, get the final scoring on it. Then you would go through a judging panel that would make sure they go through everything's okay, add things like a QR code, or they may add the product, they may have something else, so that you have that stage. And then when it's all done, you would publish it, and you would publish it to the website or into your email, or as a poster usage, or whatever category you plan to use. And so you'll find that you'll have all this information on your e-flyer there, and everything you'll need to do to complete this assignment, that's going to come up here next. Okay, so now you get in there and start creating your project that you'll have for this class, and good luck, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye now.